But someday I'll be kissed, and maybe I'll doubt that.
Some of Hollywood's biggest stars drank themselves into madness, murder, and total obscurity. From vodka breakfasts to bodies found alone with dogs, these 25 stories aren't rumors. They're real and absolutely unbelievable. Let's start with number 25. Spencer Tracy drank 2 bottles of bourbon alone and then vanished.
After all, a little Normo could have driven you down here. Why did you ask me?
Thought you might want to kiss me goodbye.
Spencer Tracy didn't socialize, he vanished. After filming, he'd check into a hotel, drink 2/5 of bourbon per day, and go silent for a week. Doctors at Johns Hopkins documented his cycle. Disappear, binge, return broken. Katharine Hepburn covered for him. The studio waited. And Tracy? He drank to forget himself. I ache when I look at a martini, he once confessed. He stayed legally married, never married Hepburn, and never beat the bottle. His shame ran deep, rooted in guilt, faith, and fame. His performances were brilliant, but his pain was buried in every line. And the next actor? His legs gave out before Hollywood noticed. Now we're at number 24. Glenn Ford drank a liter of vodka a day until he couldn't walk.
I want to catch you in here again. Suppose I got business here, Chief. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? Let's go, huh? Come on, let's go.
Glenn Ford was the leading man who silently collapsed. By the 80s, he was drinking an entire liter of vodka daily, sometimes more, alone and unspoken. He never went public, but for 10 years, his legs failed him. Alcoholic neuropathy wrecked his body. His romances, Rita Hworth, Judy Garland, Marilyn Monroe, unraveled under the weight of secrecy. He recorded personal tapes about regret, but no one heard them. Ford appeared sharp in public, but inside he was paralyzed, emotionally and physically. His voice stayed charming, but his body gave up. And what Ava Gardner did with a martini in her hand, you'll hear that next. Let's go to number 23. Ava Gardner poured tequila over the Ritz carpet and champagne over her life.
Why, you darling, you are frightened.
Well, just from the toes up.
Ava Gardner didn't sip. She soaked her life in tequila, champagne, and chaos. She drank up to 8 strong cocktails a night, usually martinis or straight tequila. During Night of the Iguana, she skipped filming to drink with director John Huston until they both blacked out. She once urinated in the Ritz Madrid lobby and threw a martini on a bar owner's pants. Banned from 2 hotels, married to Sinatra, she drank through heartbreak and fame. I just hate being sober, she said once. She lived loud, drank louder, but the next man died silently, bleeding beside a phone. Now we're at number 22. William Holden was so drunk, he bled to death, next to a phone.
Okay. I can't cope with it. I cannot cope with any of it.
William Holden didn't spiral, he slammed. By the end, he was drinking up to 2 liters of vodka and multiple beers daily. He isolated himself in his Santa Monica apartment, often blacking out mid-call. In 1981, he tripped over a rug, hit his head on a nightstand, and bled out, alone. 8 bloody tissues lay nearby. The phone, just inches away. He never dialed. His relationship with Stephanie Powers collapsed. His body was found only after the smell drew attention. He died inches from help, unlike the next guy who drank madness into existence. Now we're at number 21. Dennis Hopper drank a 5th of rum, a case of beer, and snorted 3 grams daily.
You want to go for a ride? Thanks. No thanks. What does that mean?
Dennis Hopper wasn't partying, he was imploding. He drank a 5th of rum, a case of beer, and snorted 3 grams of cocaine daily. He once barricaded himself in a house with a shotgun for 18 hours, convinced assassins were coming. Married 5 times, estranged from Easy Rider co-stars, he turned sets into war zones. On Apocalypse Now, he reeked of booze and fear. Directors gave up. By the 90s, he sobered up, but not before torching decades of brilliance. He mixed rum and rifles, but the next woman drank herself into memory loss. Stick with me. She vanished from Hollywood, then clawed her way back. Let's move into number 20. Mary Aster drank for 20 years. then took her secrets to rehab.
He thought if you came down here, it would avoid a possible scandal, you know.
Mary Aster had a smile that won her an Oscar and a hidden bottle that nearly killed her. She drank daily for over 20 years, often half a bottle of brandy or whiskey just to sleep. After the explosive Purple Diary scandal and a vicious custody trial, her drinking spiraled. She attempted suicide during a breakdown in the 40s. But in 1949, after collapsing from withdrawal, she checked into a sanitarium and joined Alcoholics Anonymous, one of the first Golden Age stars to recover publicly. She survived shame, scandal, and sobriety. But Errol Flyn? His liver aged 75 by the time he hit 50. Let's go to number 19. Errol Flyn drank rum for breakfast and died with a 75-year-old liver at 50.
A time when any man, even a man like me, can find something.
Errol Flyn was Hollywood's original hellraiser, shirtless, slurring, and drunk by noon. By his 40s, he drank rum at breakfast, whiskey by lunch, and wine until blackout, over 2 bottles a day. Doctors said his liver looked 75 when he died at 50. On set, extras held him upright. He faced rape trials, dodged debts, and wrote My Wicked, Wicked Ways as a farewell to chaos. He called himself a gigolo with a passport. Bloated, broke, and brilliant. Flynn laughed through the flames. He didn't just burn bridges, he soaked them in rum. But the next actor? They had to rebuild the walls around him. Now, at number 18, Broderick Crawford drank so much, directors had to film him lying down.
What's going on out there?
Where's the man just came in here to make a phone call?
Phone call?
Yeah, big fella, trench coat, black hair.
Oh, yeah.
Broderick Crawford won an Oscar, then drank like he regretted every second of it. By the 60s, he was downing 2 pints of whiskey a day, plus cocktails between takes. On highway patrol, he drank so much that sets were rebuilt so he could film lying flat, angled to look upright. Nicknamed Old 502 for his DUIs, he punched a grip, bribed crew to smuggle in booze, and got banned by the real highway patrol. His acting said commanding. His liver said collapse. He acted sober, but lived blackout. And the next woman? She died drunk, with only a dog for company. Now we're at number 17. Rita Hworth drank herself into paranoia and forgot who she was.
But someday I'll be kissed, and maybe I'll doubt that.
Rita Hworth was Hollywood's love goddess. But off-screen, she drowned in wine and confusion. By the late 70s, she drank up to 1 bottle of wine before noon, and 2 more by night. Alone in Newport Beach, she became paranoid, locking herself in rooms and blocking doors with furniture. Once, she forgot how to sign her name in a hospital. It wasn't just alcohol, it was early Alzheimer's, accelerated by years of drinking. The woman who lit up Gilda could no longer remember who she was. She drank into darkness. And the next man on this list? He pulled the trigger on his own wife. Let's go to number 16. Gig Young took pills, drank scotch, then shot his wife.
Incidentally, I think I should explain that Jimmy just stepped over from the set of Giant, and he died.
In the head. Gig Young was an Oscar winner, with a soft voice, shaky hands, and a loaded gun. In his final weeks, he drank a 5th of scotch daily and popped Valium like candy. He had just married his 5th wife, Kim Schmidt, when he shot her in the head, then turned the gun on himself. No note, just silence. Fired from Blazing Saddles on day 1 for collapsing drunk, he masked shame with charm until the lies gave out. He didn't die quietly. He died drunk and armed. But the next actor, he was declared dead and still kept drinking. Let's go to number 15. Peter O'Toole was declared dead, then went back to drinking.
I lost my boys.
Peter O'Toole drank so much his stomach literally exploded. Doctors removed most of it, declared him clinically dead, but he lived. And then he kept drinking, a bottle of whiskey before lunch, followed by pints of Guinness like water. He joked, "I went for a beer in Paris and woke up in Corsica." On Lawrence of Arabia, he vanished for days between scenes, always returning with a drink and a wild story. He outlived his drinking circle, but never outlived the addiction. He outdrank death once. But Bela Lugosce? He drank until the monsters in his head became real. Now we're at number 14. Bela Lugosce drank Boilermakers while holding a gun to his director's head.
This is very old wine.
Bela Lugosce wasn't acting anymore. He was unraveling. By the 1950s, he was drinking Boilermakers daily, whiskey chased with beer, and injecting morphine on set. Broke, typecast, and mentally unraveling, he once pointed a gun at director Ed Wood and whispered, "Eddie, I'm going to die tonight. I want to take you with me." Wood offered a drink. Lugosce took it and lowered the gun. That was his breaking point. Later, he checked into rehab publicly, becoming one of the first stars to admit addiction. He was buried in his Dracula cape. But the next story? His nightmare started at age 10, with pills and liquor on studio orders. Let's go to number 13. Judy Garland drank before she could vote, and died before she could heal.
Never saw you dress quite so handsome, what's more.
Judy Garland wasn't raised. She was manufactured. By age 10, MGM had her on pep pills in the morning, sleeping pills at night, and alcohol in between. She drank daily, brandy, wine, champagne, to cope with the pills, pressure, and pain. During The Wizard of Oz, she was sleep-deprived, starved, and already addicted. By 30, she was collapsing on stage, sobbing backstage with a bottle in hand. 5 marriages shattered around her. At 47, she died alone in a London bathroom. Her voice filled theaters, but silence took her in the end. The next man. He drank pints at lunch until cancer shut him down. Now we're at number 12. Albert Finney quit drinking, only after cancer took his kidney.
I can't let them up in cotton wool in the safe.
You should take more care of him instead of letting him run wild.
Albert Finney was England's golden boy, clever, fearless, and always buzzed. He drank multiple pints of beer daily, often starting at lunch and finishing long after dinner. He once said, "I drank a lot. I mean, a lot." But by the 1980s, his body began to turn. After a kidney cancer diagnosis in 1984, Finney quit cold turkey. Until then, he was famous for delivering powerful monologues, pint in hand. He refused Hollywood fame and a knighthood, but gave his liver no such grace. He escaped in time. But John Wayne, he drank whiskey with his breakfast and paid the price in full. Let's go to number 11. John Wayne drank before noon, and filming had to wait for his bowel movements. John Wayne wasn't just a cowboy, he was a whiskey-fueled wreck off-screen.
Listen to me, you whining little whelp. You're gonna stop that stuttering or get the hell out of here. You're gonna stop it or go home, do you hear me?
By the 1960s, he drank whiskey with breakfast, beer by noon, and 6 to 8 drinks daily. Filming only began after Duke took his morning shit. That was actually written in production notes. On the Alamo, he drank so heavily he forgot entire scenes. He despised water, adored bourbon, and ignored every doctor who warned him. He kept drinking through surgeries, cancer, and pain, larger than life and nearly as swollen. He drank until the end. But next, she died forgotten, the bottle still full in her veins. Now, we're at number 10. Gail Russell drank herself to death alone. Her only companion was a bottled...
Buy me a spun sugar.
Gilly.
What, Dad?
Just Gilly.
Gail Russell never wanted fame, just peace. By her 30s, she was drinking a fifth of gin or vodka daily, locked in isolation. Cripplingly shy, she needed liquor just to face a film crew. Her marriage to actor Guy Madison collapsed, and multiple DUI arrests followed. Her once elegant home became a trap of broken furniture and shattered glass. In 1961, she was found dead at 36, alone, with bottles around her body and no goodbye. She died quietly, off-screen. But the next man? He drank on the edge of fame, and next to someone who didn't survive the ride. Now at number 9, Richard Harris drank 2 bottles of vodka a day and tried to stop traffic with his fists.
By my God, I would as soon take up arms against Rome than against the Scots.
Richard Harris was Ireland's wildest export and a professional drinker. He downed 2 bottles of vodka a day, chased by brandy, Guinness, or whatever was local. In New York, bartenders prepped his drinks before he even arrived. In Hawaii, he tried to stop traffic with his bare fists. When doctors gave him 18 months to live, he quit. Then toasted that decision with 2 bottles of Chateau Margaux 1947. Even on Harry Potter, he'd sneak drinks with Alan Rickman between takes. He drank for legend. But the next man drank to erase his reflection. And what he wrote before he died still haunts Hollywood. Let's go to number 8. Montgomery Clif drank to escape his face, and it killed him slowly.
Just a girl, Mama. No, Mama.
Montgomery Clif was once Hollywood's golden boy, until tragedy disfigured him. After a horrific 1956 car crash, he drank a bottle of vodka daily, mixed with pills and painkillers. His beauty faded. His confidence collapsed. He scribbled in his journal, "How to remain thin-skinned and still survive." Haunted by self-hate and closeted pain, he avoided cameras, cried behind sets, and whispered that he was already dead inside. In 1966, he finally was. Heart failure, liver ruined, spirit gone. He didn't go out loud. He faded, unlike the next name, who howled through bar fights, breakdowns, and something far more monstrous. Let's go to number 7. Lon Cheney Jr. drank himself into fights and tried ending it.
You're insane. I tell you, I killed a wolf, a plain, ordinary wolf.
Take this charm.
After Frankenstein, Lon Cheney Jr. didn't just play monsters. He became one off camera. He drank a full bottle of whiskey before noon, then raged through sets and bars alike. During Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, he drank so hard he attempted suicide after filming. Banned from Hearst's estate, he once tried to force Marion Davies to drink with him. He shared dressing rooms with Broderick Crawford just to drink and brawl daily. His liver gave up, but he didn't. He was the werewolf by night, drunk by day. But the next man drank 3 bottles of vodka while quoting Shakespeare in slurred brilliance. Now at number 6. Richard Burton drank 3 bottles of vodka daily and called himself rotten to the core.
Maxine, you gotta help me with her, honey. She's not only trying to get me fired, she's also trying to pin on me a...
Richard Burton didn't sip, he devoured. He drank 3 bottles of vodka daily, spiraling through blackouts, brawls, and broken brilliance. His love affair with Elizabeth Taylor on Cleopatra was soaked in booze and obsession. His journals confessed, "I am rotten to the core." On set, hours were wasted waiting for him to sober up or collapse again. He once performed Hamlet with a hangover so vicious he forgot half the lines, and still got a standing ovation. In 1984, his liver collapsed. His voice went silent. He drank with poetry, but the next man drank with madness, hash, and wild falls into canals. Let's go to number 5. Sterling Hayden drank wine, smoked hash, and almost drowned in his own backyard.
I suppose it never occurred to you that while we're chatting here so enjoyably...
Sterling Hayden didn't drink to celebrate, he drank to disappear. His days began with wine or whiskey, often chased by hashish and brooding silence. He loathed Hollywood, calling it a candy-coated concentration camp, but couldn't quite stay away. During one interview, drunk and high, he rambled about boats, betrayal, and guilt, wineglass trembling in his hand. He once fell into a canal and was dragged out by his teenage son. Despite the chaos, he rarely apologized. He once muttered, "Why do I drink? I ain't all that unhappy." He questioned everything, but the next man drank quietly, then never woke up at all. Now at number 4. Alan Ladd mixed booze and sleeping pills and never woke up.
Yeah, you've lived too long. Your kind of days are over.
My days? What about yours, Cockfighter?
Alan Ladd looked unshakable on screen, but off-screen he was unraveling by the bottle. He drank a 5th of gin or bourbon daily, chased with sedatives, just to sleep. After a hand injury led to gangrene, his drinking escalated. Friends noticed he was withdrawn, often slurring mid-conversation. He'd lie awake at night, numb, eyes red from both alcohol and tears. By 50, he was gone, found dead at home, pills and liquor nearby. Officially, it was an overdose. Unofficially, a slow-motion suicide wrapped in silence. His son said he was in pain, We just didn't see how deep. He died still trying to sleep. But the next star drank 5 bottles of champagne per day. Let's go to number 3. Larry Hagman drank 5 bottles of champagne a day and needed a new liver to survive.
Well, enjoy your champagne. I hope you paid for it, Barnes. I think we'll be moving along.
Larry Hagman played the ruthless JR on Dallas, but behind the scenes, he was drinking 5 bottles of champagne a day, starting before sunrise. He called it a slow champagne drip, sipping constantly between takes, hiding bottles in his trailer, and forgetting lines mid-scene. His liver failed in 1995, forcing a transplant, but not before decades of damage. Even after recovery, he admitted he still missed the buzz of that first drink. His body aged rapidly, his skin yellowed, and exhaustion followed him everywhere. He got a second liver, but the next man used his first one to fight, scream, and self-destruct. Now at number 2. Lee Marvin drank so much, even the Marines told him to slow down. Lee Marvin was a war hero, Oscar winner, and a full-blown alcoholic. He drank a bottle of whiskey a day, often chased with beer, gin, or whatever was closest. On Cat Ballou, he passed out mid-take, then won an Oscar. He brawled with cops, smashed bars, and was banned from multiple studios. By the 1980s, his liver was shot. Still, he kept drinking. "I drink because it kills the parts of me I can't stand," he once said. He left Hollywood bruised and reeking of booze, but the final name on this list died with her dog, and nobody found her for days. Finally, at number 1, Marie Pvost drank herself to death, and her dog barked for days beside her body.
There's one of the finest little weenies that ever graced a paper plate. It's a little shrivel from...
Marie Pvost was once a silent film queen, beautiful, bankable, and beloved. But by the end, she was drinking 2 bottles of cheap liquor a day, often without food, isolated in a Los Angeles apartment. After gaining weight, studios abandoned her. She fell into a spiral of starvation, vodka, and depression. On January 21, 1937, neighbors called police after hearing non-stop barking. Inside, Marie's body had been decomposing for 2 days, her tiny dog whimpering beside her. A note was found asking Joan Crawford for a loan. Empty liquor bottles scattered the floor. She was only 40. Her death was so devastating, it helped inspire the Motion Picture and Television Fund. She died alone, drunk, and forgotten, until tragedy forced Hollywood to finally care. If this shocked you, the next one will blow your mind. Tap like, hit subscribe, and don't look away. Your next video is already waiting on screen. Go see which celebrity secret we had to censor to upload.